Hello, friendly people of the internet. I am Hyper Super Sora, and man, it's been a while since I wore this. Anyway, welcome back to Remembering Avatar, where I talk about the Avatar The Last Airbender episodes completely from my memory, and then I watch the episode and see what I got wrong. We're here. We're on Season 2. Season 2 is probably my favorite season. That's not to knock Season 3 at all. Season 3 is amazing in its own right. But this is like my most nostalgic season of this show. This is when I was really into it. Just like, yeah, let's watch every fucking episode of this show. This is where things really hit their stride. And this is also the season where we get the previously on Avatar. Which, if I can't remember an episode, I'm going to watch that, and if something just clunks me in the head, I'll make a note of it. But the first episode we're talking about is the Avatar State. The Avatar State starts with the gang leaving the North Pole, Pakku sending them on their way with gifts. Gifts, I know, like waterbending scrolls and something else for Katara, I think. Pretty much the title of Master. And Sokka gets a pat on the back. God damn it. Anyway. And they go to this one place in the Earth Kingdom, pretty much a stop off before they go to Omashu to try to learn earthbending from Bumi. Just like, you don't need to learn fucking earthbending. With the Avatar State, we could end this war right now. The Avatar State is when Aang's eyes and tattoos glow. So their mission is to try to control him in the Avatar State somehow, some way. It does not work. Well, it's only really happened when I'm in immense physical or emotional distress. Alright? Attack! Alright, that's not working. Kill Katara! But not actually. That does work, and everybody gets their shit wrecked by the Avatar State. Except for Sokka, who hid behind a very sturdy wall. To sweeten the deal on Aang mastering the Avatar State before Earth and Firebending, he shows these wounded soldiers and goes, yeah, those are the lucky ones. Not everyone makes it back alive. Fuck you, but effective, but still fuck you. Yeah, he does have the power to end this war right here and right now, except you can't fucking control it. I'm not going to nuke an entire city because one cashier was a dick to me. That's maybe because one store sucks. That's a better analogy. Yeah, he could, but the double-edged sword thing that I think we learned in this episode, that if he dies in the Avatar State, all Avatars die. Uh-oh. No more Avatar. I don't want to rely on something like that. Well, considering he is also the last Airbender, might as well be last Avatar, unless you count the future stuff, but we're not going to count that right now. It does not exist. But yeah, General almost kills Katara to trigger the Avatar State. It does trigger, and it's uncontrollable. Who would have thought? Completely destroys the base that they were in, and Sokka goes, yeah, yep, I'm just going with the flow. That didn't work. Clunk! Anyone else have any things about us going to Omashu? Katara's against this, saying Aang is wishy-washy about it, and Sokka's just going with the flow. But there is a Zuko plot to this episode too, where they do make refuge somewhere. They get off that plank of driftwood. As they're giving massages, Zyro says. And Zuko is being mopey and down and emo, as he always is, and Nairo's trying to comfort him. But then he gets comfort from another source. His little sister, Azula, who tells him that his dad wants him back. In the Fire Nation, place where he was banished. You know, that guy that scorched fucking half of his face? And while Azula is telling him this, the camera's panning in a certain way where she's covering up the scarred part of his face, removing his shame. Very symbolic. And Zuko's just like, hooray, I get to go home. I'm going to ignore the red flag since I like this. And I was just like, this is a trap, this is a trap, this is a trap, we're all going to die, this is a trap, Zuko, don't fucking do it. Zuko goes anyway, Iroh goes with them. Hey, we're family. We gotta stick together. Before I forget, Azula's introduction. We see her bending fucking lightning, conjuring lightning, as her two teachers say, almost perfect. Just one hair out of place. Almost isn't good enough. That, and when the captain tells her that they won't be able to land, and he's just like, who's control of the ship? Me or the tides? You? Will the tides kill you? Oh, certainly. I'm mulling it over. So I'd be less concerned with the tides and more concerned about me, who's still mulling it over. Yep. I will get us to landing. No problems, ma'am. She leads through fear. I can't remember what book it was. It was either The Art of War or Machiavellian's The Prince, where it argues as a ruler, you'd rather be feared than loved. Now, when most media would tell you the opposite, it seems to be working for Azula. Anyway, back to it. Come on, we're taking the prisoners home. Oh, shit. You can feel Zuko's anger, and Iroh is just like, I told you so. Anyway, fight. Zuko and Azula fight, and Azula outmatches him in everything. Azula doesn't even have to conjure any fire to beat Zuko. Until he's worn out, basically ready for death, and then she conjures up some lightning. Tries to shoot it, but then Iroh comes in and redirects it, and then throws her off a boat. They escape, and as a little symbolic thing, they cut off their hair tufts with Zuko's knife. We get the backstory of that knife later. Huh. What a show. We found out the backstory of a knife before we find out the backstory of Momo. What a shame. Yeah, and it's a symbolic thing about samurai and how that thing was their honor and their loyalty, and they both cut it off because they're both leaving the Fire Nation. And I know in a later episode, so they go, well, if we go to the Earth Kingdom, we'll be killed. But if we go to the Fire Nation, we'll be brought to Azula. Earth Kingdom it is. No thought about it, no hesitation, no second guess. It's just like, Azula or death. Death it is. Anything else I can really say about this episode? No. Let's just watch the episode and see what I missed. Okay, so I just got done watching the episode. I forgot a couple of things, actually. One, the general's name was Fang, or Fong. 2, Katara got magic spirit water. That'll be important later on, remember it. And got the waterbending scrolls, I'm sorry. No substitute for a great master, looks at Katara. You got it. By the way, he was on his way to the Southern Pole. Again, I just imagine it's just like Gran going, fuck. Like, it's just like, God damn it, why does my husband have to be dead now? Some housekeeping things. 1, Zuko's been banished for 3 years now. 2, it's been like 3 weeks since the end of season 1. Aang was getting nightmares about him in the Avatar state. That's how it started off, where it shows him with that violent power. And originally I had in my notes, oh, just Katara being a bitch again, but no, she actually has a legitimate point this time. Yeah, Avatar state is great and powerful, but again, most vulnerable. Roku told us that, and I forgot Roku was in the episode. That if you die in the Avatar state, no more Avatar. And Katara is of the opinion of, look, when you're like that, you're hate, angry, you're so you're not you anymore. Yeah, you could probably get it done. Sokka's just like pragmatic about it and it's just like, yeah, we could get this done. Okay, let's try. I understand the argument that Fong has. I'm going to go with Fong since we have another thing later. Fong wants the war to end. Right now. He heard about the story of the giant fucking carp Godzilla that Aang did, which I will say he had help with. So, I'm only going to give him half of the credit. But yeah, he wants the war to end as soon as possible. I'm pretty sure most people could agree with that. You know, people are dying, this is war times. War sucks. Sooner we end it, the better. But risking your avatar, just straight up, it's probably a bad idea. We only get one more shot at this. Because if he dies in the avatar state, we have no more. That, and there are no more airbenders, so we only get 2 other avatars after him. So, well, 3, but guess what that third one is going to? It's going to the Fire Nation with all its propaganda and bullshit. So they're either going to give him a comfy life where he doesn't have, or they, give them a comfy life where they don't have to care about anything, or B, murder at birth. No airbenders, bum, no more avatars. So, the plan of Avatar State Frontal Assault, yeah, he's powerful, but there's a lot of risk I don't want to take. Yeah, 2 things. 1, Iroh could smell bullshit from a mile away. He knows his brother, the Mark Hamill Lord. And he knows, yeah, he ain't calling us back out of the goodness of his heart. So he's ready for the betrayal like that. Also, when General Fong goes to attack Aang in order to trigger the Avatar state at the end of the episode, a thought came across my mind. It's just like, he ordered his men to attack the Avatar. Now, if everyone's holding back and not going for lethal blows, no, they were going for lethal blows, that's fine, but here's my question. What happens if you would have killed Aang? Oops. Yeah, that would have been pretty bad. Yeah, having no more Avatar, especially since you were trying to trigger the Avatar state, which, yeah, it worked, and his plan was, we'll just figure out how to control you once we are on our way. Dumbass. But yeah, this episode was a nice start to the season. I wouldn't call it my favorite episode of the season. Oh, by far, it's not my favorite. That one has some crying involved, I believe. But it's a nice start. A nice little start. A nice little slow down, relaxing adventure. Where Aang almost dies again. Get to meet the perfect Azula. And I wouldn't say we're setting up the status quo just yet. But it is kind of status quo. Go in there, solve a problem, fix a problem, blah, blah, blah. Also, when he was in the Avatar state, he completely destroyed this military complex. It's just like, yeah, that's powerful. Yeah, and it probably killed a lot of your men, you dumb fuck. So yeah. Initially, I was going to write off Katara being a bitch again, but nah. She actually had some legitimate points. Points? Emotional, yes, but what can you do? And she was probably right in the end, even though she didn't have the full picture. I think I'm gonna walk away from calling Katara a bitch for a while. That's nice. Sokka's still amazing, because he's just like, oh, we could just do that. Hey, I don't want to do this anymore. Alright, we'll do it the other way. Pretty sure Sokka's just my favorite character. Just go with the flow, like the water tribe. Who am I kidding? It's still Iroh. I love all the characters in this show. Yep. The knife, cut off the things, ending on that shot. A nice episode. What did you guys think of the Avatar state? Leave your thoughts in the comment section down below. Leave a like on the video if you liked it. And subscribe to see tenfold your normal strength. And hit that little notification bell to see when I upload all the time. Till next time, I'm Hyper Super Sora. Sayonara.